Alright, we're in Uruguay. I know, it was a shock to my system. Getting through passport control was the picking nightmare. But if you're new around here, let me explain. I'm Ben Sports News, and on behalf of OneFootball and Dr. Benji FM, I've been asked to travel around the world of Group A in Russia to talk about the teams in Group A. So this week we're in Uruguay. It's a lovely surroundings, it's lovely weather, so that's good. And this is the final group to cover. If you missed the other 3 videos, it's nearly starting, so it's likely to be too late. But here we go. Let's give you the rundown of Uruguay in Group A. So it's the final team in Group A, and it's former World Cup winners Uruguay, a team that in recent tournaments have given us some memorable moments. Whether it's the stunning strike from Diego Forlan or Luis Suarez being a bit of a wrong'un, I'm sure you're feeling something. They qualified second in the South American World Cup qualification process, a huge 10 points behind Brazil, but 3 ahead of Lionel Messi's Argentina. In the qualification process, it was Edinson Cavani who topped the goal-scoring chart, scoring 10, 3 more than any other player, with Luis Suarez getting 5 and Diego Godin notching 3 from centre-back. The stars we're familiar with might consider this their final chance at World Cup glory, and an influx of talented youngsters will need to be trusted if they're to get comfortably out of the group as expected. Coach Oscar Tavares has experience on his side at the age of 71. He's been in the job for 12 years, a float between a 4-4-2 with Cavani and Suarez leading the way, or a slightly narrower 4-3-1-2 system that allows more creativity through the middle. Expectations are for them to top the group easily and progress to the last 16, in which they're likely to face a tough tie against either Spain or Portugal. So we'll want to carry through the group stage momentum into that fixture. Uruguay will cause every team they face a problem, and Group A should be theirs for the taking if everything goes according to plan. But, this is football. You never know. And there we are then. My time with OneFootball and Dr. Benji FM is over. Maybe you'll see me again in 4 years, or maybe I'll do the Euros. I don't know what else I'm doing. Thames aren't interested in my services, apparently. But hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you check out the app in the description, and I'll see you again soon. From me, Dr. Benji FM, from Uruguay, from Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt. Take care. Has anyone sorted my ticket home out yet? Because I was only given destinations. Hello folks, welcome back. Now they promised there'd be a weekend episode with Hull, but I realised the game before that, we could have played Chesterfield or Hull today, but we're actually going to play both of them. I'm going to keep the Chesterfield game a little bit shorter though. It's going to be a bit more highlights and goals, and then the Hull game will be our main focus for today. But the Chesterfield game is very important because we're third in League One, and they are just ahead of us right now on 63 points. Goal difference, 1 goal in it, so it's a huge game. So I'll be daft not to show it in some capacity today. And then Hull in the FA Cup 4th round. That's the big game for today. Although actually, in the context of the season, the Chesterfield game is arguably that little bit bigger. So things to be done today. Our recent form, again, very, very mixed. Obviously, we beat Wrexham last time, then drew with Crewe, then a 5-4. I mentioned our lack of defending recently. Yeah, I've scored 4 in the first half and not 1. It's not great from us, is it? We conceded 3. I don't want to talk about it. Yandanda scored for them, which is quite interesting. And then a 3-0 win over Luton. They're bottom of the league. Pretty straightforward stuff. And I didn't have the greatest of games. Got a goal and then really fizzled out. But luckily everyone else did a good enough job to see it through. So Chesterfield and Hull today. Let's get stuck into it. Then team selection is a little bit different to last time. Altidal's also picked up a knock, so he can't feature in this first game. Should they be back for the game against Hull? And Fitzpatrick is back in goal. Although clean sheets this year, I haven't signed any defenders since we last met. I'll show you my situation essentially. There's no defenders out there that are significantly better than what we have right now. These are like the loan options, and they're all pretty similar. These are the only loan options that we've got. Actually, I could maybe change this very quickly to unsure. No, there's no one better than what we've got, and that is a problem going into sort of the back end of this season and the future of next season. I was scouting people in Chile as well. Right, as I said before, Chesterfield game. A little bit shorter. We'll focus on key highlights, so it doesn't change for you, it just changes for me. So they're playing a 4-2-3-1 system. We're playing the 4-1-2-1-2, the diamond, and they've got this chap up front who, no, they haven't. They've got this chap up front who, is he dangerous? He's pretty well rounded. He's been around a little bit, 32 years of age. Let's start off at Arsenal. Arsenal fans, you may be aware of his existence. Okay, here we go then. It's Thames versus Chesterfield in a biggie, and the key highlights will be coming your way. I did say that this would be a one game. The reason for this, I said it'd be a one-game episode, but it's not going to be because of how important Chesterfield is. 30 minutes in, the only thing that's happened is that Colton's picked up an injury. Nothing else is going on. Holness is now. So our defence are getting worse. Gardner's going to come on. I'm a little bit worried. Colton also at half-time is going to have to come off, probably in Cousins on, but it's not great, is it? Or Stevie Foster, maybe? The problem we've got right now is that not many people on the pitch are playing well. Two of the better sides in the division, we seem to be cancelling each other out. I'm going to certainly say far from pleased, try and fire them up a little bit. We'll get Colton off, and wow, who do you bring on in this situation? Harris, maybe go 2 defensive midfielders? I don't think so. Steve Foster, I think, is the only man that can come on in this situation. Can we play McDonald further forward? We'll put Steve Foster in his more natural role and McDonald in behind the front two, who so far have done little to nothing. Cousins is actually going to come on for tipping. An early change, but let's see. Have I made 3 subs now at half time? Okay, well, that's bold. Run control as well. We're going to go attacking and away from home. Actually, we're going to go attacking. Just think trying to force the ball into wide areas might be the thing for us today. Right, this is the first chance of the game, so I said I'd show you the best bits. This is literally the only bit. Cousins puts it in. Pat Rogers is there. That's the, well, I'll say, best chance of the game so far. We've got attacking, and we're working at a move forward, and they've got a man sent off. So they're down to 10 now, and we're attacking again. I'll stick with this as we're here. Cousins picks it up and goes all the way back to Welsh. Smith dictating from deep. Cousins is there. Oh, it's a good chance, and he doesn't score it. And now it's them coming forward. We seem to deal with it. That was a bit quick. Because they've got 10 men, I'm going to go back to our control style. And we're going to try and knacker them out and hopefully get a really late goal. That I think our system and our style does sort of make that happen quite a lot, actually. So I'm not going to worry about too much what they're doing because they've got one less man. But they are coming forward here. So we'll stay with this. Murray clears it. It looks like that might be that. On that wing, they put a ball to the back post. Sweeney's there. Fitzpatrick doesn't hold it. We just don't keep clean sheets. And our Chesterfield, who are a rival in the division for a reason, it's quite clear now that we're actually not the best team in the division, but we're up there. We just, defensively, we're a shambles. And it's not like a new thing of not keeping clean sheets. We've not done it all season. We just outscore teams. Fitzpatrick there, mate, I don't know what you're doing. I guess we go back to attacking now and try and push for this. We're going to go slightly less short with the passing, try and extend things. We've got a throw deep in their half. Foster loses out, and now this could be another goal for them. Sweeney down this side, gets the ball into the middle. He's almost unmarked. Fitzpatrick does all right. We're coming forward. McDonald finds Pat Rogers eventually. Oh, Pat Rogers from Cousins, actually it was. Who played it across eventually, and Pat Rogers gets the goal, and we're back on level terms. Well, it's taken an absolute age for us to get into life a little bit, but we're back on level terms with them, and that's important. You can see it worked from the deeper areas. Foster into McDonald, into Ben Cousins, and then Pat Rogers. I mean, pat that head, Benny boy, pat it. Is there going to be a late twist? Well, there's 30 seconds left of the match. I think it's probably, unless it happens right now, I think the chances are, well, who knows? It could be one more chance now. It's going to be a draw then, 1-1. Not awful. I mean, to lose this game would have been pretty demoralising, but no, 1-1, not too bad. And we stay up there with Chesterfield. Losing this game would have been a nightmare because we'd have fallen below them a little bit, and that's not what we need at all. In terms of games played, how does that even stand right now? So everyone's played 32. So finally, we're all on a level playing field, and our recent form has been very indifferent. That loss to Oxford, that 5-4 was a bit annoying. I'm going to say they're unlucky. Just try not to demoralise them too much as we go into a big game against Hull. Altidale should be back for that one, and that's big news. I've just noticed we play Southend after that. Blimey. Colton's out for 1 to 3 days, which is not too bad with a bruised knee. Same injury as Altidale had, actually. And Scott Burgess will be back as well. So we're missing some big names in that last game. Jim Wilkins is still out. Lewis Ramsey. Holness is now injured with concussion for 3 weeks, which is not ideal. And Steve Foster, no, Steve. Right, welcome back. Second game of the episode, and a few changes throughout the team. Fitzpatrick's going to stay in goal, though. Welsh remains at left back. Murray in at centre back, and Wolfenden in. But Gardner comes in to replace Holness, who's got to step out with an injury. Smith comes in just in front of them. I say Smith comes in, he's always there. McDonald, though, changes over to the right-hand side. Holmes plays on the left now. Burgess comes back in for Colton, and we've got Altidale and Rogers up through the middle. Let's see then, how will we do? We've got a lot of goals in that front three. We need them to click. 2 of them are back, both missed last game. And of course, playing Hull City, who are a Premier League side. When we played them last time, I think they were 18th. We'll just have a little look. They've got Josh Robinson up front, who looks okay. I mean, better than anything we've got. So that's credit to him. So yes, Hull are in 19th position in the league. 8 points, 2 wins this season in the league. Not particularly good. And obviously, we beat them earlier in the campaign. If we look at that game very, very quickly, you can see there it was a 2-0 win away from home. Altidale and Rogers on the score sheet. I wonder if they'll be taking this quite so seriously. I wonder if Manship will play today. No, he's not. He's on the bench, is the old Manship. Lovely. Are his family in? Are they up? Of course they are. How you doing, Tom? Everything all right? Yeah, good. Looks furious. I don't know what he's expecting. He's got his own box up there. I don't know what he's whinging about. Okay then, Hull City of the Premier League versus third in League One, Thames FC. We've beaten them once before. Let's see, can we beat them again? Imagine if Hull's bogey team are Thames. That'd be great. If we get promoted and they get relegated, we'll play them twice next year. That'd be exciting. First highlight of the game then. And we up our game. We've seen it. We've beaten Watford. We've beaten Hull. If we up our game against the better sides, as the ball's played forward towards Pat Rogers, if we get it across, we've scored. I mean, what happens against these teams that is so different to the teams in League One? Rogers scores 1-0. We're already... I almost expect it at this point. It's bizarre. Either way, Welsh puts it forward. Pat Rogers is on it like a shot. Great acceleration from him. And the finish, I mean, the keeper can do better, but it's drilled. I hope we sell out this as well. That'd be good. As now, Hull, we've got to remember, we've got to respect the fact that Hull aren't awful. Like, admittedly, they've not scored against us this season. We kept a clean sheet against them. That's just occurred to me. We beat them 2-0. That's one of our only clean sheets this year as they go forward. Not this time, though. We're a whole new team from back then. I don't think we've kept a clean sheet since the early 2000s. 1-1. Josh Robertson with the goal. And only 10 minutes gone as well. Not a great way to respond after taking a lead, Ben. Corner though, McDonald plays it in, and Murray gets his helmet cleared off the line by Robinson. I think that's probably the chance, but the highlight continues. It drops to Rogers. Pat Rogers. Oh, he could have scored. Could have, maybe should have scored. Well, there's a foul gone in there. Oh my God, he's off. Hull down to 10. Oh my. Okay, 30 minutes gone, and Hull are reduced to 10. It was a challenge that went in. It was one of those highlights that sort of come out of nothing. They've got a corner though, played in. Earl's there. Fired over. Well, with 60 minutes to go against a possession-based Thames side, I wish Hull all the best. I probably shouldn't have wished them anything. I should have. I don't want them to. Hull on the attack, everyone. As it falls to Robinson again. Tackle comes in. Murray clears it, and Pat Rogers has got him behind. He's got Otis to his right hand side. He goes alone. He could have maybe waited a little longer and played. Oh, never mind. I mean, I've just realised a replay wouldn't be the worst thing ever. At half-time then, Thames 1, Hull 1, and, well, in terms of players on the pitch, we're leading. Passionately say, get back out there and grab that one goal to win it for us. They don't seem overly bothered, so we'll passionately say, there's a lot more to come from you, and I believe you've got what it takes, and we'll see how they do. We've got a very technical midfield, so if they can get the ball off them, Hull will be all right. They're playing quite narrow, though. There's a temptation to play wider, but we don't have any wingers in our side. Clark Slocum, not on the bench today, viewers. All right, there's a highlight here. And I'm very tempted to go on the counter-attack, but we've won it back. Otterdale, we're in space. Oh, just because if we can draw them out a little bit, we'll do it for maybe 10, 15 minutes. We'll see if we can get a breakthrough this way. We'll give it till about 70. But I just wonder if we can draw Hull out. They've got less players back. Is that the point when Otterdale and Rogers will find the most space? As well, so far it's not really worked. We'll stick with it for a little bit longer though, and now change it up entirely and go attacking and see now if we can try and use our player advantage against them. Although it's not gone brilliantly for us, and we're a bit tired out there. Keown Harris is going to come on for Smith in the middle. Still a decent player, don't forget. With 5 minutes left to go, will there be a breakthrough in the game? It doesn't look like there's going to be. It looks like a draw is coming from this, which leaves us in an interesting situation as we roll on to the 92nd minute. Well, we've drawn and arguably played better than a Premier League side again. So I will take that. When is the game, though? Because obviously we've got this game at Southend. There might be calls for another video. Okay, so we've got a replay, and when is that replay? Does it reschedule the Southend game? No, actually it doesn't. It's the 12th. So there's a game very, very soon that we play against Southend, but then there's the replay. Now I think that's with, sorry Shrewsbury, because I know Shrewsbury actually gave us a tough time once upon a time. Now did we go for no, I think we go to Southend. Southend and Hull then is going to be our next game. Southend top of the table. I think it's a game we have to show, and we'll see how we do against them, as well as that replay against Hull City back at their gaff. So next episode, well, we could do it today maybe. Let's set an ambitious like target. If we hit the 2,000 likes today, there'll be another Thames episode tonight and then another one tomorrow as well. So lots of Thames coming your way. Pat Rogers in the goals for us. Last 4 games, he's got 5 goals. He's scoring well today. Not so much, although he did score in 3 of the last. He scored. Forget what I said. That's going to bring this episode to an end, though. If you enjoyed it, do leave a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel, and 2,000 likes, and I'll see you again later on. Goodbye. If not, there'll just be a video on Monday. Don't worry. And that brings us to the end. If you missed the video yesterday, the England series, do check it out. There's a link in the description, and I hope you'll give it a chance. If you've already seen it, the next episode of that is out on Tuesday, and more of this maybe later on.